who's an amazing circus artist that we've known from other crazy projects. And yeah, it was awesome.
The song Chimera is instrumental jazz. And given that free form of improvisation and lack of lyrics, I wanted to do a more artistic and abstract video to go along with. The way that came together is by having circus moves from Chloe Backflip, the band exploring abandoned industrial spaces like this, and tying it together with this thread of loss of space, being pushed out by gentrification and renovation, and just try to come up with scenes that were gritty, that were harsh, but beautiful. Chloe Backflip was a friend of the band.
I've seen her perform before and I know she's amazing, so I was like, just anything you do will be awesome.
I was especially into her Silks performances because I saw her do that at a festival, and she does all kinds of circus stuff.
Those guys are a band that I met a couple years ago through some friends, and we have been wanting to collaborate for a number of years, and then we finally did it.
And basically we were like, let's just find a song you dig and then do what you want with it.
She brought all of her cool circus tricks.
We did some silks in the basement, and then we did some German wheel on the rooftop. It was amazing. It was scary, but it was amazing.
And she just really blew my mind. What an amazing talent. We started this film with just this abandoned space, but it was quickly being renovated, reflecting the gentrification we see in Montreal, and I decided to use that. There was only this brief period of time in which we could get inside and still have that industrial, worn down, abandoned, graffitied look to it. And that's what I wanted to capture. So you see in the video, Chloe starts out in the bowels of the beast, down deep in the chimney, and then she rises up through the floors. So by the time she's at the top, it's this renovated, clean office space that looks normal. And that's what you're left with it then.
It's wild. This place like boggles my mind. It's like there's obviously some sort of a history, so it's like connected to, you know, old Montreal.
Called the Art Mall. Used to be called Restaurant Il Cantina. It was a mafia-linked Italian restaurant here north of the highway, and it was burnt down to a husk by angry mafiosis and then abandoned for a good 6 years.
Yeah, there was this like burned restaurant part where we did some wheel that was like super dusty and like all super creepy and stuff.
There's a kiln in the basement. It's like kind of dark and smelly and dank and very interesting. It's a very original location for this shoot.
We have some nice shots upstairs. Here, upstairs, I don't know. This place is very confusing.
Got it?
Got it. It was a bit of a challenge. We, especially transporting the giant beams that we suspended Chloe off of. We brought those over in a van. They were kind of dangling out the back of the van. And then bringing them inside the building was a challenge, and then rigging it into place.
Yeah, let's do this.
We had to remove some guardrails and kind of like shift things, but finally we kind of popped them in and then rigged it up, tied it up, made it secure and safe. So it was a challenge, but we got it done.
Yeah, it's solid.
I met Orion surfing. He was one of the only guys crazy enough to go in the winter, and there's huge ice chunks. And I had always stopped just before the ice. Like as soon as it'd be ice, I'd be out of the water. But I watched him, and he lived, so I just started jumping in with them. And first to CBC and then Radio Canada did little videos about us. Surfer de Glace. I discovered his band, the Ohm Sound, which is just this amazing group of musicians.
Ben Jackson, he's a crazy surfer friend of mine. We know each other from the wave, surfing here in Montreal. And eventually I found out he was an amazing filmmaker, and we just hit it off and when he offered to be a part of this project, I was like, holy shit, this is gonna be epic.
I was really hoping to do something with them, and they were gracious enough to give me their best song, Chimera, to work with.
I don't even know how to describe the song. Basically, I came up with the lick sometime during the lockdown pandemic thing, and like most of our songs, when we write it, we just jammed on it like over and over and over again.
It came together in a really organic way, just as the band writing together in a jam scenario.
We kept adding all these parts, and then suddenly there were like all these different time signatures.
I think we have a section of 9/8. I should know this because I'm the drummer, right?
15/8 or some crazy time signature.
I think we have 19/8.
Suddenly it all fit together. I don't really know how it happened, but
It evolves. It's very like, it tells a story. It flows. It's got different sections.
Music nerds that are into crazy time signatures, really, really complex mathematical theories of music.
I really like that song because it's very, I don't want to say confusing, but it's very flowy in a weird way, but it's very powerful at the same time.
Chimera, the title, it's also like a mythical creature, but the meaning that I used it for was like, it means illusion. So then I kind of imagine it invokes feelings of like mystery or like intangibility.
So we kind of went with that illusion idea and just changed the time signatures a ton. And when we finally recorded it, we started having that vision of kind of finding an elusive subject matter for the film aspect of it as well.
I was so lucky to have Orion Miller helping me out on this. He's actually shooting this right now, because he really, really helped out in the editing. We shot 12 takes of this very long, very complicated song from 3 angles. So we had 36 takes of this whole song to cut together. So they had to be perfectly on point all the time. Really came together, it's really tight. These guys are on point, they know what they're doing.
I cannot wait to see how this is gonna look. Great shoot, everyone. What's up?